Okay.
There we go.
I'm here.
He's here. And we're live.
We're live.
Look at this. The lovely and talented Elvis Stojko.
Gotta make sure I watch the black dot instead of looking down at myself, right?
You look at the black dot indeed. Okay, hold on. I have to find where we're going. Hold on. First of all, you just got a chance to present to the junior women. Guess what? It was a three-fer for Skate Ontario.
Yeah.
Sweep of the podium for Ontario, led by Hannah.
Pretty impressive.
It really was. Did you watch the skating?
Yeah, I caught at the end there. I caught the last group. It was pretty cool.
Tell me what this reminds you of when you are here at Nationals. You're not competing anymore. You want to come back. I know you do. I keep starting the rumor. Keep starting the rumor, and you keep not doing it. Keep not biting. Okay, but tell me what it's like. Do you remember very well what it was like? You were a novice competitor, junior, senior. How is it different in each of those three categories?
Oh, it's a big jump. Like, especially when you do all the lower skating up to pre-novice, and you do your Ontario or your provincial competitions, your inter clubs, and all that, and then you go to that next level where you're the competitive level, where you start to go, into the novice division, where you have a chance to go to nationals, and you see what's the best in Canada. Interestingly enough, Jason Mongrain is a coach of one of the girls. I don't think I've seen him since Novice Canadians 1986. Unbelievable. So that brought back memories.
As it would.
And what was really neat yesterday, Joanne McLeod, who has coached numerous wonderful skaters throughout the years and still does all these young kids.
Kevin Reynolds, Emmanuel Sandu, lots more.
Absolutely. She coached me when I was junior champion.
Did she really?
Yes.
Because she was here in Ontario at the time.
In 1988. And then last night I got to present both her boys, first and second, the medals in junior men, and she just looked at me, she gave me a hug, she goes, talk about full circle. I said, it's pretty cool.
Kidding.
You know,
no
21
kidding.
Years later or so, and it's, Or
that
no, it's 31 years later.
It's only 21.
Yeah,
you're not good at math.
I've been 22 for, I've been 22 for 24 years now.
Have you really?
Yeah.
22 for 24 years. Okay, let me do the math. That's getting up there. But you still look fantastic, and you're still having a good time.
It's being in the cold arenas, it just sort of keeps you frozen.
It's funny you should say that, because I actually believe that. Now, why I'm scrolling through my phone, everybody, is because I know that you will have questions and comments for Elvis, and I'm just looking for a way to find them. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So, wait. Hey, Elvis from Netherlands, from Scott Welsh.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for Elvis? Anybody? You know what? Gita Amadi, love Elvis. He's not just a great skater, but a great person. You are absolutely right. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about your philosophy as a competitor and why you think you were so successful, aside from the talent.
Well, one of the things I had was the tenacity for the win. It's going after that win, and nothing else mattered but getting the job done. Very focused. As people know me for that, being very focused, and working with my instructor in martial arts, he was able to hone that. Glenn Doyle was able to hone that and train that. Also, the big philosophy is, which I work with the kids on a lot of times, is they get caught up with, there's the performance aspect, being the performer or being the warrior, and you have to make the choice. Because if you go out there and try to just be the performer in a competitive situation, you're going to get beat.
Okay,
and
now tell me why.
Because when your mindset is the performer, you end up, the pressure of the competition itself, you have to meet that pressure straight on. And as a performer, it's hard to do that. As a warrior, you can attack it. You can lean into it and attack it. So mentally, it was always about being the warrior and getting the job done. And it wasn't about sort of beating the other person. It was about controlling and mastering the nerves that take over. And a lot of the skaters all know this. Anyone's at that level, has tried to compete at that level, knows what that feeling is. So we're just talking in the back there. You have all the novices that haven't experience what it's like to understand the big picture of the world, so they're just bop-a-doo and everything's great. And then you see the juniors that are now at that next level, 15, 16. The mind, now they realize basically the repercussions of their actions in the big world. Now the pressure starts to kick in. And some of them have done it, some of them falter, but it's all learning experience, because we've all faltered. That's how you learn. But then how strong are you to push against it and push back against that feeling, and how tough, and where can you find it? You have to dig deep within yourself to find it. And knowing yourself is the biggest thing. That is the answer. The answer to the question of how do you do it in
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
It's not an external. You never find the answer externally. You find it within yourself, and that's what I had studied through martial arts to be able to get success.
Casey Kelly is just saying hi, Elvis and PJ.
Yeah,
Hi,
hey,
Casey,
Casey.
from Pearson, and she just said, how exciting was it to have you present her son Bruce Waddle and probably partner Natalie
yep.
with their medal in dance.
That was fun.
I
Yeah,
bet.
yeah.
I mean, you know, we all go way back. So.
Well, yeah, Casey's family. I mean, Kitty
Yeah.
Kelly and her mom.
Red
and
Kelly.
Red Kelly. I
Big
mean,
grandpa.
it's like I was a little kid growing up in skating in the cricket club, and it's been a connection to my family for so long, and then now seeing her son out there and presenting medal to him, and it's so great. It's awesome.
And he is such a talented not only ice dancer with Natalie, but a wonderful single skater as well.
Yeah, and you don't usually see that. You'll see maybe pairs and singles,
Yeah.
but not always singles and dance.
Yeah,
back
so
in the
it's kinda
day,
cool.
way back in the day, some of them used to do all of the events.
Including fours.
Yeah, including fours as well, which was nuts. But
Now, Kelly S. Moak says that she saw you at Stars on Ice. You were amazing. My 11-year-old figure skates this weekend and is competing this weekend.
Oh, awesome.
Here at Nationals, maybe at Innisfil, because Innisfil is also taking place this weekend. Innisfil, near Barrie. Did you know that?
yes,
Yeah, see, he knows
I
everything.
used to drive by it every day on the way to the rink.
You would have. You would have. So when you're here at Nationals and you have all kinds of buddies that you like, this is the thing about skating that people don't really realize. It's a bit of a family. So when we did our little video, which is now on the Skate Ontario YouTube channel, people can see, they'll be able to see people walking up and down the stairs. Unless if there's competition going on in the background, believe me, this media room is not quiet. I booked this so that we could hear him now. But the only quiet place yesterday was in the stairwell. So this family feeling that we have in the sport, can you describe it for people that don't know it?
How do I describe the feeling? I come back here after so many years and connect with people I hadn't seen in over 30 years.
Wow.
Jason Mongrain, who just walked up to me and I go, "You look really, oh my gosh, it's Jason Mongrain." And it brings you right back to where I was, 1986, North Bay Canadians, watching Brian Orser for the first time live compete.
Did you wear a onesie at the time?
Absolutely.
Who didn't?
That was the years of the onesies lasted a very long time.
They did.
After I think it was the suit and tie, which was so awesome back in the
Yeah.
40s, 50s,
Yep.
60s, and then
Yep.
then it was the taller, really deep cut
Yes, the
down.
V-neck.
Yeah, the V-neck having
Which
a little.
doesn't work for everybody.
No,
No.
a little Austin Powers happening there with the hair and stuff, but yeah. And then we all ended up doing the onesie thing and boot covers and the whole thing. And then it's amazing how the costumes have changed over the years.
And
but
the fabrics have too.
the
Thank
fabrics have
goodness.
changed, but it was weird. We were talking about family, now we're talking about fabrics, but costumes. But anyways, getting back to family. See the focus. I can spin a lot of plates, and there's Debbie Wilkes laughing at this whole thing going on. This is what happens with Facebook Live. You
I
never know
know.
what's going to end up happening.
And Elijah Balde was coming back to join us.
Yeah, and
He's run away.
He left. Yeah, but no, family. It's. I don't know how to describe it. I could be away for so long. My first ambassadorship a few years ago, I hadn't been around at a nationals
Yeah.
for years. I come back and I see all these people and reconnected, and it just brings the feeling back. And it's such a small group of us. It's a small group in skating, and we're all interconnected, and we all know how difficult it is, and we all respect each other, knowing how difficult, and we all, appreciate the amount of work and dedication it takes to either skate, to bring up a skater, to work with a skater, to judge a skater, to be around this sport. Our job is to make it look easy.
Yep.
And sometimes you look at it and go, wow, it looked so easy. I could step out and do that. And you know how difficult it is.
It ain't easy.
So when it happens, you can't help but take your hat off and just be like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And you just appreciate what they do. And that connection of just literally going out there is a big deal. Going out in front of all thousands of people and doing your thing under pressure, knowing how difficult it is, even just in practice, and then doing it under those circumstances. That's the connection that you have with family, and it's amazing. There's some friends of mine that I grew up skating with There's Carolyn Massey, who I train
Yep.
with. She's coaching. She's got kids, and Marissa Gravino, who used to actually skate with Patrice Lauzon back in
Oh, for
novice
heaven's sakes.
dance way back in the day.
That Lauzon went on to do some good things. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah, exactly. Different partners along the way skating, and you know, I hadn't seen her in years, and it brought me right back to that place again when I was a kid, you know, skating and competing.
Would you ever be an ice dancer?
Would I ever be an ice dancer? Actually,
You're musical.
yeah, my knees are okay.
Yeah?
I did dance. I went through it.
Did you have a partner?
No, it was funny. We had these weird competitions where you'd solo dance.
I know.
And I actually did well at it. It was weird, but yeah.
Were there any other boys in the event? Okay,
There
it
was.
has to be asked.
Yes, there was.
Okay.
Maybe like 2. But and the only thing is I just wanted to throw a double jump or a triple jump in the middle of it, so it didn't really work with the compulsory dances.
No,
They
no.
said
No
you can't
extra
do-
steps.
They can't do that. No extra steps. You get downgraded. So I decided to stick with free skate.
Stick with what you know. Stick with what you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So coming from what was Central Ontario, now part of the Greater Skate Ontario section, which is all of Ontario, how does it feel to be an Ontarian at Canadians?
Weird. It does
Okay.
feel weird seeing how it, like, because I was like said central section, and there was northern, eastern, western, and central. So it's I mean, now the girls swept here.
Yep.
Now to have all of Ontario, it's a interesting feeling actually.
44% of the country skaters are in Ontario.
Yeah, it's
We rule.
mind-boggling. I mean, because Quebec had a huge.
Yeah,
They were so
yep,
strong for so
that's
many
right.
years, and it was always Quebec having a very strong team based on its size, and now Ontario having. You know, we always said if Ontario combined, it would be really strong. And I mean, it's very
Yep.
strong. Yes.
So last little bit of advice. The seniors start tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Any advice out there for any seniors who are here at their first nationals?
They have to here's for all the kids too, but for the seniors especially. In the mind, it's not about trying to hope that you achieve your goal, or think about or wish about your goal. Already achieve it in your heart and your mind. And if you're already the champion, you have to become the champion before you actually get that medal. You have to be the champion in your
Yep.
heart. That has to come before you even get out there. That alone, until you feel that feeling and accept it and know that there is a responsibility to it. Sometimes we fail because we are afraid of the responsibility of the win. Sometimes we fail because we didn't think we were good enough.
Yep.
So the big thing is you have to make the choice, and it's a choice. Are you ready and willing to accept it? Are you really ready and willing to step into the shoes and fill those shoes? It's a big place to step in, especially at that level. And that has to happen before you even get out there to compete. And until that's set in your mind and clear, then your body will be allowed to do what you've trained it to do. But until that's clear, you're not going to be able to. It's going to be very foggy. And with the fog in the mind, if the mind is foggy, the body will follow the same way, and it won't be clear. Clear mind, clear body, clear in action, and you'll be able to get what you want.
Well, good luck, everybody, for the rest of the weekend in Nationals. I'm going to get our faces at the same place at the
There we
same
go.
time. Look at that. Elvis Stojko, thank you so much for talking to me. You
Thank
are
you.
a treat. Okay, watch what happens. We have to say, hi from Lethbridge Skating Club. How
Oh,
about that?
awesome. Hey.
We love Lethbridge. Okay, we have to smile on the way out. Goodbye,
Yes.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
And continue to leave your comments and questions, and I'll continue to answer them. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.